down. That's a first. I do prepare for things. I just jot down a little note here and there. So, but Hunter, I wrote this to you, but it's to all of your friends, really, parts of it, because you've been very fortunate in the group of friends you have, and the influence that you seniors have had on kids under you, the way that you've treated them, all of you guys, the way you treat underclassmen was not the way you guys were treated as freshmen and sophomore. And so you guys have had an extreme impact, and I'm sure you guys would agree that that's not normal to have a large group of friends in your own grade in a public high school that way. So that's very abnormal. And so some of this is to all of you guys and a challenge to all of you guys. Also, to go along with part of my theme, some of you guys will know that Hunter runs, and he does not like running. Not at all, but he's really good at it, and it's a gift from God, and he does know that. So even when I was pregnant with him, I would say they were constantly feet sticking up, and I was like, gosh, he's running all the time, and he just constantly going. And then at 2 years old, his aunt took him to a jog down to the pier at the beach, and he jogged with her 2 miles there and back without stopping. And that's no joke. And she was amazed when she got back. She said, we took a run, and I just kept expecting him to stop or get tired, and he just jogged for 2 miles. And then in 6th grade, told him he was joining the cross-country team and said, you're joining the cross-country team. And the Daltons think it's great, and you run, and you're going. So I took him to practice, and the coach didn't know he had never run before. And so they went out on a 3-mile run, and he said, just stay with me. And Hunter never told him he had never trained, never run, never done anything. And then when he got back, I said, do you realize that Hunter's never been out on a run before? And he said, no, I didn't know that. I was like, okay. And then he missed his time trials for the first meet. And so they were putting him on JV, and that was fine with Hunter. And the Dalton said, I think you need to put Hunter on the varsity team. I don't think you realize how fast he is. And so even as a little tiny 6th grader, he was on the varsity team, and we've got him videotaped. He looks like the Energizer Bunny, because he had to go like this, and his friends would go like this. And so when he'd get past, they would make comments like, look at that little kid who's passing me. And then even as a freshman in high school, he was 5 feet tall when he was a freshman, but they had him as 5'6" on the basketball roster. He was huge, 135, which he's still not 135. So anyway, God's given him a gift of running. So I kind of have put that into part of that, and that kind of explains that. And I'm proud of Hunter for using that gift, even though it is not probably the gift he would have chosen for God to give him. So I'm very proud of that, and very proud of this group of kids and their parents. I didn't have that growing up, and that's one of the reasons I was so strict on you, Hunter, and I'm so strict on all you guys, is I wanted you to have opportunities to be different than what I was, and to not have all the baggage that I have, and have made all the bad decisions. So I'm grateful for the parents and friends that you guys have had to support you. So Luke 12:47 through 48. The servant who knows the master's will and does not get ready or does not do what the master wants will be beaten with many blows. But the one who does not know and does these things, deserving punishment, will be beaten with few blows. From everyone who has given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has entrusted with much, much will be asked. And I believe this is true for all you group of seniors. You've been given a lot, and that was part of the reason I chose that for all of you. You have been given a great group of friends, a wonderful youth group, a time to grow in your own faith, a country that at this time allows you the freedom to worship the one and only true God. You can also freely at this time express your love for Jesus Christ and share him with others. Although I do believe there's a time coming soon that will not be the case. And so I believe that you guys need to be prepared for that, and I believe God has prepared you for that. Since you've been a child, you've been able to run, and for the most part, run with ease. And I believe that your ability to run is a true gift from God. I believe that this is one of God's tools that he has been using to prepare you for the greatest marathon of your life, and that is life itself. Our faith is like a marathon. We must continue to grow and continue to train. As you know, true training can be painful, and race itself can be very painful when you're running to win. And I didn't realize that running was painful for Hunter. Although did realize it was painful for Autumn, but that's because she tells me every race how much she hates it, and every race how much she's in pain. But Hunter never said that, so I said, well, you don't look like you're in pain ever. He's like, it hurts every single time, Mom. Okay, so, but when you train that way in your faith, life is painful. And when you run to win, life is painful. Okay, so that's the way God tells us to do. He promises us that there's going to be pain. And so he's preparing you for that, and I believe you had a good example of that. As you move on to the next adventure that God has for you, always remember this. Always look to the Lord for the truth. His book that he prepared for us contains the absolute truth, and because of this, we can be sure that life is not full of just different shades of gray. It does have absolutes. The absolute truth is that we were created in the image of God, and in the image of God, he created them. Make sure you run the race to win. Share your faith whenever you get the chance. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. And remember that you're the temple of the Holy Spirit. So treat your body that way. And I just want to say we love you, and we're very proud of the man you're becoming.